there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video. And today we are here with some new kids on the block, so to speak, who are kind of filling a void in the Star Wars collectible industry right now, especially in the realm of cosplay, prop making, helmets. That's a big one. So I'm here with Denuo Novo. Did I pronounce that right?
That's correct.
Beautiful. And I'm here with Mark number 5.
Yes.
We got
also known as Darth Von Olin. Thank you so much for coming to the booth and checking out our assortment. Yeah, here at Denuo Novo, the new licensee for high-end Star Wars costumes and collectibles and helmets, as you can see.
So let's clear the air real quick. Earlier, you mentioned that Denuo Novo, while it is a totally new brand, has kind of picked up the slack of another former company that maintained this specific license. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I'll give you the whole story. So Novos is probably the name that you guys know. They used to have this exact license, which was high-end costumes and helmets, collectibles. They lost that license. We at Denuo Novo picked up that license in 2021. So Denuo, if you visit our website, denuonovo.com, read through our FAQ and our press release, you'll see that we're owned by Rubies, the costume company, and we're all part of the NECAverse. So if you guys know NECA, like the collectibles company, we're all owned by, we're a subsidiary of that company. And so we came in, worked with Lucasfilm on this license, and as part of what we're doing, we're going back and fulfilling the orders left behind from Novos. So you may see a lot of familiar items in the booth. These are things that people who were Novos customers might have been waiting for over the last 5 or 6 years.
And have you fulfilled many of those back orders already?
Yes, it's coming together. We went live in August of 2021, and since then, we've shipped out well over 1,000 units to hundreds of different customers. We're probably about a third of the way through the back order from a quantity perspective. We're about halfway through on the individual items that are owed. So right now we've got about 40 items on our website. Of those, 30-ish were from the Novos back order. We've got another 25 or so to go. And those people know what they are, like Stormtrooper helmets that are coming, the Stormtrooper kit that's coming in. There's a lot of that on the horizon for the end of the year.
That's a pretty big deal and very impressive to not even have the licensing and the brand for even a full calendar year, and you're already almost all the way through it. I mean, being about halfway through the product and a third through the customers, that's huge for such a short period of time. That's very amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we're working really hard. Anyone who knows me, I've been a licensee myself for 8 years. I started with Topps back in 2014, so I've been in this industry for a long time, and now it's just a new job here at Denuo Novo as part of Rubies. And one of our big pushes was we have to get speed to market and proof of life. So we're calling this our coming out party. So if you come to the booth and see me at booth 2347, I'm like a real life person. My name is Mark. You might know me from Twitter as Darth Von Olin because I've been in this industry for a little while. We have proof right here that items are shipping. And if you are owed product and maybe you haven't seen our press release or followed our social channels, I've got my Excel file at my laptop right there. That's why my laptop is out. And we will look up your customer service order right there and get your item fulfilled if it's in stock already.
In stock here at the booth right now.
So we have a few items physically here at the booth, but anything else that's back in our warehouse in Wisconsin, I'll just forward them your email, your mailing address, and we'll ship it out. So I did that for a few people already today.
That's pretty amazing. So
one guy actually left with a Luke Skywalker helmet minutes ago.
Really?
We have those at the booth. We also have Mando and Kylo here. And then the rest of our collection, we couldn't bring everything because they're just too big.
Sure.
Everything is on the website, 10% off plus free shipping throughout the show. And everything is clearly labeled as to whether it's in stock or if it's on pre-order. Our other big point of differentiation, and this is one of the big differences between the way we're operating our business versus the Novos, we are not putting up pre-orders unless we have an approved pre-production sample by Lucasfilm, as well as a scheduled time at the manufacturer, so we can put a delivery window on there that's accurate. So right now, everything in the booth that says coming soon or has a pre-order on it has a delivery date, like Q3 of 2022. The only item in the booth that doesn't have that is the Sabine Wren helmet, and she is not for sale. She is just for display, because we are not going to take your money until we know when we're manufacturing her.
That's a pretty big deal. I think they bought a lot of good grace from the community. Guys, come out and support Denuo Novo. We're going to come look around here for a few minutes and check out some of the awesome helmets you have on display today as well, including that beautiful Sabine helmet that you're just showing today. But when they get those orders fulfilled, guys, all of those pre-orders done, for those of you who are still waiting on a pre-order, just be patient. They said you can reach out to them and maybe they can move you up the list if it's available already. But again, please be patient with them. It seems like they have been working very, very hard to make sure that they right the wrongs that the previous holder had. And I mean, y'all are already hitting the ground running with so many awesome new things. I can't wait for that Sabine to go up for pre-order. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that as well. Now, I see you also have a number of just costumes here as well. Can you tell me a little bit about the costumes? Do y'all sell full body costumes as well as just helmets and maybe other props?
Yes. So one of the things about being part of Ruby's is that we are an excellent manufacturer of real costumes. We do Halloween costumes as well that are like $20, $30, $40, but we also know how to do high-end production. So we have right here Director Krennic, who, I don't know, maybe he'll become super relevant again because of the Endor show, but we finally have his tunic, which is that beautiful off-white sort of eggshell color, his very dramatic cape, and the black Imperial officer pants that go with it. Currently, the hat is actually in stock. The belt that would go with it is in stock. The cape and the tunic are arriving in June. They are on the water right now. And then the pants are also part of the larger Imperial officer uniform that's coming in Q3. Now, unlike a Novo's, we will ship your items piecemeal, so you're not waiting for everything all at once. So if you want the hat, you'll get it next week because it's in stock. If you want the cape and the tunic, it's coming in June. The pants are coming in Q3. We're not going to hold everything to Q3 if you want this whole Krennic look. We're going to send them as they're ready.
That's also pretty awesome. I like it when you're like excited about something, because I know there are some companies out there who you'll put in a bunch of orders, and sometimes just because you lumped in one in-stock order with a pre-order, they'll hold that in stock until your pre-order comes in too, just because it was all on that same order, which is a weird way of doing things. I don't know why they do it like that, but I love that. I'm so happy to hear that you guys are willing to just send out pieces as you have them, as they're ready to ship, and that's pretty cool. So you said you have, of course, the belt, the hat. What about other accessories going forward in the future? Are you going to start doing any armor sets or armor kits?
Yes.
What about like weapon accessories or more belt accessories like ammo packs and gun belts and things?
So our major focus at the moment is clearing out that back order from Novo's,
right.
And that includes several of the things you just mentioned. The number one item is the first order Stormtrooper kit. That is also on the water from China right now and arriving in June. If you have that on back order, we're going to be reaching out to you very soon to confirm your address for delivery. So that one is finally coming. We're also then going to get to the original trilogy Imperial Stormtrooper kit, which is less of a behemoth, but still a major undertaking. That'll be sometime in 2023. We had to get the first order taken care of. It was a very big redesign on that one. Outside of that, we do have some weapon kits that Novo's had started. There was like a Boba Fett blaster, and I believe there was also a classic Stormtrooper blaster. I think there was an E3 and an E11, if I'm remembering correctly, the exact numbers, but those are coming. And then once we continue to dig our way out of like the old Novo's back order, we can start on new development. Like I want to do a long rifle for the Mandalorian. Like that's been on my list since I started, and I got to get to that after. Like I can't start working on that when someone else is owed like a Boba Fett blaster from 2017. That just wouldn't be fair, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. That wouldn't be fair. And plus, a guy sitting, that average fan sitting behind his computer, seeing that go up is going to just get upset and frustrated when they see, oh, well, they're going to release a new thing, but I still haven't got my old thing yet. Exactly. So I totally agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so if you look over here, guys, we got a lot of awesome helmets. So they got the Sabine helmet. This one's not available yet, not even for pre-order, because like they said, they wanted to finish getting those back orders taken care of first before they started opening up new product for sale.
you want me to take her off? And
Oh yeah, show her off, please.
so I'm a huge Star Wars Rebels fan, so this was a real passion project for me. And one of the things that we had a real challenge with on this one is how do you translate an animated character into not live action, but real life, right? Like we're trying to get these colors to really pop the way they did on the show, as well as capture all the different weathering, which on hers, because she's an artist, there's like splatter paint in here. So every helmet is actually going to look a little bit different because this isn't like a preprint. This is hand painted. So it's one of the things about this helmet that I really like, aside from the way the colors pop, is that every single helmet's going to be a little bit different. We also have a working rangefinder that has about a 90-degree, this is just our first sample. It will go all the way down, but it has about a 90-degree tilt on this, so it'll be up or down. I love when she has it down like this.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
that's the look right there. If I were to wear this helmet, I would have it down like this.
That looks good.
Yeah. So, of course, every helmet has padding inside, and it comes with cushions, so you can arrange how it sits on your head. That was also another factor we had to deal with is the animation actually doesn't work on a human head, so we had to sort of figure out, like, what does that look like underneath to make sure that we can make this a wearable item as well as a collectible. So that was a really fun challenge, but I love the way it turned out.
All right. So aside from the one you worked on, out of what you guys have currently available, which would you say is your favorite?
Oh, let's continue in the Mandalorian space because
Okay.
Jango Fett is gorgeous. This was another one that Anovos had started on, but they actually never took money on. So there is no back order on Jango Fett, but they had started some development on it, and I think they had put it up on their interest list. So we picked this one up. It is just gorgeous construction. The blue really pops. We are trying to figure out if his viewfinder could move, but right now I think we're keeping it static. And it is on pre-order right now. If you scan the QR code, and that's true for everything at our booth, it'll bring you to the page and tell you all the details about that product. So this one will be in stock in Q3, which is July, August, September.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Straight out of Attack of the Clones, which, 20-year anniversary right now. We got to celebrate that movie.
So walk us through the process of producing one of these awesome helmets. How do you guys do it?
Yep, so the most important thing first is seeing what the original asset looks like. And that could be either physically getting to see the helmet that was worn in the movie, or more so because of COVID and everything else, getting excellent photography from Lucasfilm. It all begins with what is available from Lucasfilm. Usually 3D files, like an OBJ file or something of the construction of the item, is a great starting point for us then to construct it, but excellent photography, as well as having a paint map, a color map of some type. So Pantones or CMYKs or RGBs, something that will give us, the ability to know what color is this blue. It's not turquoise, it's not cobalt, it is this very specific Pantone XYZ, right? Having those starting points then allows us to construct the item, and then once we get a first sample created, which in this case, this is fiberglass, right? So we would make a mold, make the first pull, get all the paints, share with Lucasfilm. Once they feel like it's good to go, we then scale it up for manufacturing. And we do manufacturing in basically 2 different major locations. Our plastic items, like the X-Wings you see up here and the TIE Fighters, are mostly done in China, using the same factory that Anovos used. And then our fiberglassing is done in America, in Texas. So we can do smaller runs as well as have a little bit more control over the paint. Like this is hand painted, whereas these are decals. So different sort of execution on the types of helmets.
Very nice. And it's going to come up. Are they 501st approvable?
So there's always a disclaimer to all of this, right? Your costume has to be individually approved by the 501st for you to be accepted into the 501st. That being said, plenty of 501sters have used our items and have been coming to our booth the entire show, asking specific questions about our products because they know that people use them for their costumes for approvability. We do keep that in mind when we make things. So we want it to be screen accurate as well as usable for 501st. I always tell people, though, go to your garrison. Let him look at what's on the website. If you use the Anovos version, we are trying to replicate it as close as possible, mostly because that's what you ordered. If you bought a Shore Trooper from Anovos and you never got it, I want to fulfill to you the exact same item that you paid for, as well as, making sure that the troopers and all of the costume enthusiasts are getting the closest, most accurate item, and that way they can join the 501st and enjoy themselves. Yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for showing us around your booth. And do you have any products for us to take a look at today?
Yes, we have one new reveal, which we're very excited about. That's the 501st Trooper helmet. So it's actually a bit of a two-piece discussion. So if we start here at the actual clone Trooper, this is right out of Revenge of the Sith. We put this up for pre-order about a week ago. This is our weathered version. We're going to do a clean one as well. We just revealed the new paint version, same mold, here with the 501st markings. So this is that beautiful bright blue paint that, matches. I'm very happy with the way this turned out.
So good.
And this color blue, let me tell you, we were talking about paint earlier. I always thought it was a turquoise, and it is much closer to cobalt. So when we got the original photography of what that color should be, it was way darker than I expected. And so we brought it to life the way it would look in the real world. So we're very happy with the way this turned out. This just went on pre-order right now. It retails for $700, but it's on sale for $630. Everything is 10% off plus free shipping. We also made sure that this became a one-piece helmet. So we actually, there's the padding inside, but we removed that bottom ring to make sure that this could fit over a human head. Because in the movie, everything's CGI and animated. So, that makes it a wearable piece as well.
Well, I gotta say, if I had to pick one, the 501st helmet's probably my favorite out of the ones y'all have available here today. I think that's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
It looks very, very good. Guys, make sure you hop over to Denuo Novo so you can get some of these pre-orders in, or purchase some of the on-site helmets and pieces they have available today. For those of you who are still patiently waiting for your Novos back order, they are clearly working through it. They are moving through it really, really quickly. I'd say you're probably going to have your stuff to you very soon. As good as things have been going, not to jinx you, but as good as things are going, you're probably going to have your stuff pretty soon. And it seems like you're in very, very good hands. I wouldn't worry.
Thank you. And if you do have a back order that's open, email customerservice@denuonovo.com. If you have your order number, that would be helpful as well. But we just need your name and your email, and we will look up what item you have and give you a timeline as when it's going to be delivered. And if it's in stock, we will mail it to you now.
There you go. So if you're not sure, reach out and ask them and find out for yourself. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to bring you more awesome Star Wars Celebration 2022 content, including other booth reviews and product reviews while we're here. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. And may the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.